Hello, guys. Hope you well. Hope you well. God bless every single one of you. I just had to drop my car off at the mechanic, get my brake pads fixed. Got to pick it up in 6 hours. Um, we're getting to that time where the World Cup's approaching, so my inbox is getting full of World Cup messages. Now, I want to tell you all that I'm going to expose this tournament. It's way bigger than me than who's going to win it. There's 48 teams. Okay, you got a lot of teams that have a lot of riddles. Portugal, Spain, okay, Brazil, Argentina, England, Germany, France. The list goes on. But I do believe that this World Cup is going to be remarkably revealing. So I started looking into it. And as usual, I get guided to find things that I wasn't really looking for. So I was looking at when the World Cup began. I knew the date. I knew it was June the 11th, 2026. So I wanted to look at what happened on that date in the past. And I came across E.T. being released on 6/11. And you know how I am with 6/11, 6 times 11, 66. Book of Revelation's the 66th and final book. The Church of Satan was founded in 66. Lionel Messi won the most recent World Cup 6 months and 6 days before his 36th birthday. 6 times 6 is 36. Number of the beast in gematria equals 66. So I've already done my research with the 6/11, which can also be written 11/6, depending on where you are in the world. And 11 hours and 6 minutes is 666 minutes. And 666 is the 36 triangular number. It's why Messi won the World Cup 36 years after Maradona, and why Argentina have now won 3 out of 6 World Cups. I like them to stay on that and not make the final, but if they do win it, they're 4 out of 7. And obviously, Messi just met the 47th US president of the White House, and Argentina come into this World Cup with 47 all-time World Cup wins. So again, I know how these World Cups work. I know how these Euros work. People only seem to care if you predict the winner. They don't care if you get 80, 90% of your picks right. They don't care if you deeply reveal the theme of the World Cup. They want to know who's going to win it. Did he get it right? And those people need to sit down and have a word with themselves. Can somebody give me a whoa? These type of codes that I'm about to present to you are what it's all about for me when it comes to coding the sports. It's about revealing. It's what revelation is. It is to reveal. What my channel is about revealing, in particular, the glory of Christ. That's what my work is. I'm not just some guy who predicts sports. It's one of the many things I do with the gifts that God's given me. It's bigger than who wins. I want to know why. Okay, what does it mean? What does it represent going forward? It's why I do my work, which I think is what separates my work to every other sports decoder. So, how are we all doing today? Love you all. I appreciate you all. Please like the stream, share it, support it. If you can financially help me, go for it. Fixing this car's a nightmare with my situation, but it is what it is. You've got to fix it or you can't drive it. Do you know what I mean? We know we live in a fallen, broken, wicked, corrupt world, but those in Christ also know that Jesus has overcome the world. So I'm going to break this down for you as best as I can. You guys are going to share your insights, hopefully. Surely you have some. All right. I'm sure you've all watched E.T. I'm sure a lot of you will be watching the World Cup. You're going to have some insights. Plenty of you will be good with numbers at this point. So share what you see. Do you think the World Cup's even going to go ahead with everything that's going on right now with USA, Mexico, and Canada? Share your insights, okay? Like many people do on other people's channels. So who have we got in the chat? We got Dr. Savage, whose initials are ET. We got my brother Riddler. God bless him. Adam Lastman, love you, brother. Annabelle Albion says, found you from your podcast with Apollo. I look at numbers so differently now. Amazing insight. Oh, Annabelle, thank you, and much love, Apollo. Yeah, that stream was so worth it. Or should I say podcast? I had to fly out to Tijuana and cross the border to San Diego literally for that podcast. And then I basically stayed a few hours there and met up with a guy called Alan, took me to the airport, I came back. So yeah, there's a few people that found me through that. And yeah, numbers are divine and they're very important and they're everywhere. Everything within our reality has a numerical code or a pattern. Um, so we've obviously not really been taught that through the education system. We learn mathematics, don't we, to pass exams, basic arithmetic and things like that. We don't really go through pi and triangular numbers and the Fibonacci sequence and pentagonal numbers. Okay, we just don't. Prime numbers. Maybe we will a little bit with prime numbers, but we don't talk about the relevance and the power and the divinity of numbers. And the church don't talk about numbers when they should, because the Bible is clearly full of numbers that have meaning, deep purpose to the numbers, whether it's 7 or 12 or 3 or 144 or whatever it may be. I try to bring those numbers that I see in the Bible to my codes and then lead people to the Bible through my codes. Yeah, hit the like and share. Thank you, Lastman. Who else we got? We got Esteban in the chat. Mohammed said Portugal and Cristiano Ronaldo magic. Listen, Ronaldo and Portugal have an exceptional riddle. There's no doubt about it. We know CR7 just met with Donald Trump, which connects to the seven trumpets. I did a whole stream about that, but guys, there's so many teams. I'm looking at Spain and Yamal's connection to this World Cup. It's remarkable. So I'm going to keep looking. I'm going to keep sharing. Those who are on my website will share what they see. There's some phenomenal people on my website who are getting better every day at coding. Somebody messaged me yesterday saying, "Oh my word, like Illusion, you code football, cricket, basketball. Like, are they all coded?" Well, yes. And the reason why I'm so accurate is because they're all coded around the same themes, the same people, the same numbers. So if you're not on my website and just want to support me, and you'll also learn an immense amount of information through that website, check it out. And again, if you don't like it and $10 is too much for you over the month, you cancel whenever you want. So yeah, Portugal, Ronaldo, is it too blatant? Is it too obvious? Does Ronaldo get his first World Cup? Will that crown him as the official greatest of all time? With him winning the Euros, he won the Nations League, he gets the World Cup, he's dominated in Spain, in England, he did all right in Italy with Juventus, didn't he? Will that put him above Messi? You'd have to say yes if Ronaldo wins the World Cup. Do you know what I mean? You would have to, because Portugal have never won it, which Ronaldo likes to mention. How Argentina always seem to do well at World Cups, so it's not a big shock if they get to the final. But Portugal, it will be a shock, and I understand where he's coming from. Although they do have a great squad right now, Portugal. I don't think they've ever made a World Cup final, as far as I'm aware. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. Amen. The seven churches. By the way, ET is going to be a big theme of my stream, hence the title. ET equals 7 in the purest cipher. It equals 7. So 7 is going to be very important at this World Cup if it goes ahead. Yeah, 6-11 is kind of like 9-11. I know where you're going with that, absolutely. A bunker, much love to you. With a woo, Emmanuel, much love. I appreciate you, mate, your support. Raymond, same with you, always spreading love. Watchman, my brother in Christ, is here. Love you, bro. Guys, please pray for his daughter. She has a fever. If you can pray for that. I think there's no World Cup this year. I know it's in 3 months, but everything is speeding up for a World War. Yeah, Esteban, there's a chance. There's definitely a chance that it doesn't go ahead. There's a good chance that it does. But all the threes, yeah, we're in World War III now. People keep asking me, don't they? When's World War III going to start? It started. It started. And I do believe, which I've talked about previously for years, That was the reason why this World Cup is being hosted by 3 nations for the first time in World Cup history. Can somebody give me a woo? Right? You've got USA, Mexico, Canada. So you've got 3 nations hosting it. I connected it to World War III and I connected it to the Holy Trinity and Jesus Christ, resurrection 3 days after he died. And we're seeing that. The world's at war now. We're not waiting for it to begin. It's began, which is crazy to think a World Cup's going on. The year that World War III's pretty much began, isn't it? Joseph, God bless you, my brother. Julie, I appreciate you. Yeah, please like, share, sub, super chat. I know you helped me with that, Julie. Thank you. Appreciate your brilliant information. Thank you very much. Who else we got here? Fair Spear. Keep doing what you're doing, mate. You do amazing work. I told you you'd get better and better at coding. You just got to persevere. You do have to understand with coding, right? I've used this analogy before and people like it. So when we code, right, we want to get a better understanding of the universe. For me, I want to get a better understanding of God or of my purpose. And just because you miss a code doesn't mean that the code is not relevant. Okay, we can't predict everything as human beings. All right, it's not in us to be able to do that. We're not God, who is all knowing, omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent. But for me, with coding, obviously, you want to be consistent. You want to be correct more often than not. But it's like not every detective solves every case. Not every doctor saves every life. It doesn't take away from the work that they're doing. All right? Do you know what I mean? So you can't be unrealistic with this work. That's why I said I'm about revealing or exposing the illusion of this fallen world. I'm not about being 95% with my sports picks every month anymore. That's not where my heart is. Although it feels nice if it happens, it's not the focus of my work. And I know a lot of you get that. Some of you still don't for whatever reason, but that's up to you. Kathy, much love to you. Who else we got? Anybody else? Anybody new watching? Gus is here. Hello. If Henderson scores his first ever FA Cup goal tonight, it'll be crazy. We'll keep an eye on that. Chuck's here, an exceptional coder, brother to me. Learned a lot from him. Glad that he's watching. And we got Serendipity Glows. Now, that was a long introduction from me, okay? But I did want to get the chat involved today. So we got Annabelle, who's new. Awesome. Right. I'll share my screen. And again, the good thing about this is I believe all of you have watched ET. Just clarify that for me now. The sheep, more of a decoder, not coder. Okay, I understand that. Yeah, decoding, breaking the matrix. Just give me a thumbs up if you've watched the movie E.T. I'm pretty certain it'll be all of you. There's certain movies, okay, that as a society we watch. E.T., Titanic, okay, Lord of the Rings, The Matrix. There's just certain movies that we're all guided to watch. And I believe you probably all watched E.T. Home Alone, another one we all seem to watch. Okay, there's a handful of them. Wherever you are in the world, we watch these movies. So there's something about these movies. That's why I like to break them down. The Watchmen does a great job at breaking down movies as well. Because if they become like blockbusters, I also believe God will use movies. It's not just Satan, okay? It's not just the occult who are behind Hollywood. I do believe that God allows many things to be revealed through movies, through music. May not necessarily glorify him, but it does reveal biblical truths. So, Senor Mirror, God bless you. Star Wars is a great example of that, Watchman. Drew, nice to see you in the chat. Much love to you. And I'm glad that you got notified. Guys, are you guys getting notified of my live streams? Because most people like Riddler, Abid, many other people, they never get notified. Kenya never gets notified of my streams. So what's that all about? Do you know what I mean? Like, I get notified of people's streams. People don't seem to get notified of mine. Or if it happens, it's very, very rare. God is sovereign. Amen. We are creatures of imagery. It reveals more to us than words itself at times. Yeah, so we obviously know the Bible's the word of God. It doesn't need images, but for us as human beings, we are drawn towards images, which is why I believe that not many people want to sit down and read the Bible because you won't find images, okay, within the Bible. But we are visual learners right now, it seems. We want everything to have an image to it, which is why now I have to think about my thumbnails because I know it's the image that will draw people more than the actual title and the content of the stream. It's the image that they want to click on. Right, Senor Murr, hope you're having a blessed day. Right, I'm going to share my screen with you all now. Let me take a look. And guys, can you all give a woo to the Watchman? The reason I'm able to share my screen is because of him. There's a platform called EvMux, and he basically allows me to use it. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have even known about it. And he allows me to use it for free. So can we give him a woo? It makes a big difference because, like I said, most of us are visual learners. And this platform through the Watchman's really helped me help other people. So woo, let's go to ET and let's have a little breakdown of this movie. Just let me know if you can see that screen. I'm just going to take a little sip of water. And again, guys, if you see anything, if you can add anything, it makes my stream a lot more interesting for the people watching and for me. Right? So, ET, which is obviously short for extraterrestrial. We'll look at the film synopsis. All right, we'll keep it brief. After a gentle alien becomes stranded on Earth, the being is discovered and befriended by a young boy named Elliot. Henry Thomas played Elliot, bringing the extraterrestrial into his suburban California house. We'll talk about California in a moment. Elliot introduces E.T. as the alien is dubbed to his brother and his little sister, Gertie, who is Drew Barrymore, and the children decide to keep its existence a secret. Soon, however, E.T. falls ill, resulting in government intervention and a dire situation for both Elliot and the alien. Right? So, I'm just going to share it like this. E.T. phone home. So, there's something creepy about this movie. Yet there's something that's very deeply emotional about the movie as well. Okay, now I don't know much about this actor. This reminds me of how they portray like Santa Claus. Do you know what I mean? At Christmas. Not on a bike, but obviously with his sleigh. So yeah, I'm sure if I may have to watch E.T. again and really break it down. I do know that these celebrities love to point this index finger. And I've shown thousands of images of it. And I'm starting to think, is it E.T.? Are they aliens? They always point the finger. Donald Trump is always pointing that index finger constantly. All right. And the E.T. phone home, obviously, E.T. is in California. California's was founded 9-9. 9 times 11 is 99. And the emergency dialing code for USA is 911. And obviously, the biggest terrorist attack on USA occurred on 9/11. Trump witnessed 9/11. So there must be some games going on at this World Cup in California. There has to be. Now, what I'm going to do is just break my presentation down for you. So I wanted to see when Steven Spielberg, who must be in contact with fallen angels or be one himself, okay, When he released E.T. Now, guys, can you believe that this movie was released in 1982? Yeah, E.T. can mean end times. That's a great point. You've got the AI, which means artificial intelligence, but it could mean alien invasion. Now, I want to tell you all that I do believe that aliens are fallen angels, okay? Just so you all know. I do believe that. That the fallen angels are what we call aliens. So that's very important. But 1982, that was the year of the Falklands War with Argentina and the United Kingdom. So Spielberg, who's behind some of the most famous movies of all time, including Jurassic Park, released this 6/11, 1982. One of the things that I've done since coding is, why specific dates? Why do they release movies on specific dates or years? And it's something fun that I like doing. God bless you, Kingdom. Hope you well. Yeah, the lightning bolt and aliens falling from the sky. Satan was cast out of heaven like a lightning bolt in Luke 10:18. Oh, Spain 82. That's a great point. Thank you for that. That's a great point. 1982 World Cup, because Spain guys have a great riddle. I'll post all this stuff on my website. Spain have a really good riddle. But the 82 World Cup, it was won by Italy. They defeated Germany. But the host nation was Spain. So Spain hosted this tournament the year E.T. was released. Now, Spain in 1982 was not a strong football nation like they are now. Best in the world, I would say, Spain. But this was the 12th FIFA World Cup. The 12 connects to the Bible with the disciples and the 12 tribes of Israel. The 144,000 angels that are sealed, which is 12 times 12. Yeah, Italy got its third title, so another 3 there. Italy are not even qualified for the World Cup at this point. But the 82 World Cup, you had 24 teams, 6 confederations, 24/6 is Lionel Messi's birthday, when modern-day Freemasonry was founded. So yeah, that's a good point. It was also the third time after 1934 and 1966 that all 4 semi-finalists were European. Let me ask you this in the chat, all of you watching. Yeah, Los Angeles is hosting 2 Iran games. That's crazy, isn't it? I can't believe Iran are going to be at the World Cup in USA when USA is bombing the nation. It's all a bit suspect, isn't it? That's like, will Iran drop out? I predict they will. I predict Iran will drop out. And I believe they'll be replaced by the United Arab Emirates. That's what I think. So just let me know this in the chat, just out of curiosity. Who do you think's winning the World Cup? Do you think it's a European nation, South American? I'm pretty sure the World Cup has only ever been won by European nations and South American nations. You have from South America, who's won it, Argentina, Uruguay, Brazil. And from Europe, you've had England, Spain, France, Italy, Germany. So there's 8. Are we going to get a 9th new nation, 23rd edition? That's the big thing going, isn't it? 23rd edition of the World Cup. 23 is the 9th prime. We could see a 9th different nation, which that helps teams like, I don't know, Portugal, or maybe an African nation like Morocco, the Netherlands. 23rd edition. That's why I think, have you noticed Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan keeps winning these NASCAR races, number 23, the year of this 23rd edition. So, but it could be the 23rd edition. We stay on 8 winners, 23-8. We all know about Kobe Bryant. It's his birthday. We know he connects to every single thing. If you've read my sports books, you know this. So is it going to stay on 8 nations? I don't know. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. Right, here we go. Yeah, that's true, Gus. It's not looking like they get that 9th title, but we'll see. It all connects, doesn't it? Yeah, the time spans. I'll tell you who's one of the best at time spans or date durations. A guy called Sirius. Shout out to Sirius, guys. Now, I love date durations. I always have done since doing this, but Sirius is finding some serious date durations at the moment every day on my website, and I enjoy reading them. It's like, whoa. Chuck does amazing date durations. There's a lot of people who are getting better at that. I think they're very important. Right, here we go. Yeah, England can win the first World Cup since 66. 2/3 is 66.6%. Remember when they won the World Cup, number 6 lifted the World Cup in 66. So yeah, England, of course, I think they're the second favourite. You got Harry Kane, the captain. He was born exactly 79 years after World War One began. He's playing in Germany right now. You can't write off England. They have a German coach as well, Thomas Tuchel. Right, okay. 6/11/1982 is when E.T. was released in USA. The first game of the 2026 FIFA World Cup will be played on 6/11/2026. Right? So you've got this here with E.T. 6/11/1982. It was released in the United States. It was directed by Steven Spielberg. I'll tell you something. I'm not sure I've even coded this guy, and I really should. I really should. Steven Allen Spielberg. No way. Oh my word. Remember, he's about to release Disclosure Day, where they're going to basically reveal the aliens to us, the fallen angels. Guys, I need you all. Guys, please support the stream. Ping a super chat. Hit the like button. It has 35 likes. Help me out. Give me motivation for this remarkable work that I'm putting out daily. Thank you, God. Just give me something. Give me something to just give me a bit more motivation. All right, help me out if you can. I've just seen that Lionel Messi won the World Cup on Steven Spielberg's birthday. This is going to be added to my code. You need to watch the whole stream to understand the significance of this. So if you go to the 2022 FIFA World Cup final, right? People call it the greatest World Cup final of all time. Annabelle, thank you very, very, very much. E.T. made me cry years ago, never watched since because of that. That is very true. Be honest in the chat, did E.T. make you cry? I'm pretty sure that, I'm not sure I had a tear in my eyes, but he definitely emotionally stimulated me. I'll tell you what I think it is that makes us cry with movies. And I think a lot of you will agree with me. It's the music. Does anybody agree? Kathy cried. Yeah. Trying to think of the last movie where I cried because I'm not much of a crier. But there's definitely scenes that can get me. They choke me up more than actual like tears like flowing down my face. I choke up. I think lads will admit that we choke up. But I think it's the music that makes us cry. Because if you watch the scene without the music, it completely changes. Okay? It doesn't have as much power. I think it's the music. Like when people think about Home Alone, a lot of the iconic scenes, it's because of the music. I think you all agree with me there. There's definitely power with music, and that definitely does change our frequencies. So this World Cup final, which I'm just finding now, right? First of all, Messi opened the scoring after 23 minutes. Now, we've got the 23rd edition coming up, right? Messi plays in USA right now. Are they going to give him another one? I don't see it, but can you ride off Argentina in a World Cup? You obviously can't. But Argentina, they were cruising in this final. It was this day when I realized that I was done with professional sports. Can somebody give me a woo? I know a lot of you still watch them. It was this day because I didn't watch the World Cup final. It wasn't because I was busy. I just didn't desire to watch it. And like a year and a half before, I coded Argentina to win it. And one guy won $28,000. Okay? You'd think I'd sit down and watch it and be invested. I didn't watch it. And I was like, okay, I must be like done. And some of you, especially like Annabelle, who's new to my channel, I was an avid professional sports fan because I'm an athlete. My life was sports. So when I didn't watch this World Cup, I only watched one game of this World Cup as well. And it's because I was out having lunch and it was in the background. But look, 3-3. So Argentina, they took a 1-0 lead. Then Angel Di Maria made it 2-0. His name translates to Angel of Mary. So Chuck thinks Jeff Hurst may die before the World Cup, the guy who scored a hat-trick in the 1966 FIFA World Cup. Mbappe was the first player since Jeff Hurst to score a hat-trick in a World Cup final. So it's 2-0 Argentina. It looks like it's game over. And then Mbappe scored after 80 minutes. Penalty. It's 2-1. 10 minutes left. It's France. Okay, game on. And then a minute later, so France don't score in 80 minutes. Then they score 2 goals in 1 minute. The same player, Kylian Mbappe, who was with Messi at Paris Saint-Germain. Okay, the year that Messi won the World Cup. So it's 2-2, the final of the 22nd edition of the FIFA World Cup, which took place in the year 22. So that made sense. That was worth a bet, 2-2. And then Messi makes it 3-2 in extra time. So it's looking like Argentina win it. It's Argentina, you see their flag with the sun? It has 32 rays. All right? And the Society of Jesus were founded in Paris, France. And the Society of Jesus' logo is a sun with 32 rays. So at this point, it was like, okay, Argentina are going to win the World Cup 3-2. There was 32 teams at the World Cup. It made so much sense. So I'm thinking, okay, it's done. But then Mbappe popped up, 118th minute with another penalty. I still don't think I've seen these goals or if the penalties were actually penalties. So it's 3-3. And then what you're probably thinking is, okay, all the momentum's with France. I know France had a chance at the death. So, guys, I want to let you all know that these sports, it's beyond man. So it's not being coded by man because I have actually seen the save by Martinez. I can't remember who he saved the shot from. But that save basically took it to a shootout. Now, a shootout connects to war. You have shootouts. And you probably think France are going to win at this point because they have the momentum. But then you remember it's nothing about momentum. Can I get a woo? Because it's not about man. It's above man. It says that we're wrestling with principalities, spiritual wickedness in high places. So I believe it's above man's pay grade to determine these outcomes, although it looks a lot like man's behind it, but is not. Because these two teams were two of the favourites to win it. It's not like every World Cup you have two nations that you wouldn't expect. Like it's Senegal, Ecuador in the final, and obviously nobody's going to bet on that. These are two of the favourites, and they got to the final. But the shootout finished 4-2. And That's interesting because this number's so significant. Yesterday was exactly 42 months after Queen Elizabeth died and exactly 42 weeks after Pope Leo became the Pope. War in Gematria, it equals 42. So does World War. And 33-degree Freemason, like the 3-3, Albert Pike, he predicted 3 world wars. He died on 4-2. The Falklands War was on 4-2, which involved Argentina. It was against the United Kingdom. It ended in a draw. It was a 10-day war, 10 for Messi and Maradona. And France knocked out England when Harry Kane missed that penalty. Watchman, thank you very much. Angels in the outfield type stuff. Yes, exactly that. Exactly that. Harry Kane, who's one of the best penalty takers in the world, just skied it. I got a lot of abuse for that because I liked Argentina, England in the final. People still abused me that it wasn't that matchup. 4 years later, even though Argentina won it. The World Cup was also in 2022. We add up those numbers. 20 plus 22 is 42. And the Georgia Guidestones came down in 2022 on 7/6 on George Bush's birthday. 7 times 6 is 42. 42 years after they were erected in 1980. So those Guidestones going down. Now Jesus is our cornerstone. More 42s is this 42 generations of Jesus Christ. The beast of Revelation in the Bible reigns for 42 months. So we know the beast has 10 horns and 7 heads. It's why number 10, Messi scored 7 goals to win this World Cup. Right? It's why number 10, Messi, and number 7 have just met with Donald Trump at the White House, whose presidential car is called the Beast. Beautiful how it all connects. Can we get a few more woos, guys? It's beautiful. It was Kolo Muani who could have ended Argentina in the last second. Oh, was it? Thanks for that. This guy, the guy who was recently involved in a car crash, the guy who was born in 1998, which is 666 times 3, just to show you this, 666 times 3. That's the year France won the first World Cup. They hosted it. Remember, they host it, guys. Demons need hosts. And look, he's number 39. And then he had that car crash in connection with the Super Bowl, which was the 39th day of the year. This is in my Super Bowl book. Was he playing for Juve at the time when he missed that chance? Where Ronaldo played? Wait, Colo being bought for 100 million euros by PSG had to be money laundering. Did he play for PSG? Like Messi? Yeah, wait, he's playing with them now. Oh my word. Okay. So, wait, so he missed the chance 13 days after his birthday, brother. Can you see this? Kolo Muani, his birthday, December the 5th. The World Cup final was December the 18th. So he missed that chance to win the World Cup for France 13 days before his birthday. The World Cup final was with 13 days left in the year. Let's look how many World Cup goals Messi has. How many World Cup goals does Messi have? It's 13. Can I get a woo? It's 13. Revelation 13 is about the mark of the beast. It connects to Judas. Right? So all these 13. So that's why he had to miss. That's why he had to miss 13 days before his birthday. And the World Cup began with 41 days left in the year on November the 20th, on Joe Biden's birthday, and the anniversary of Queen Elizabeth marrying Philip. So 41's the 13th prime. Messi won the World Cup with 13 days left in the year, a World Cup that began with 41 days left in the year. Messi has 13 World Cup goals, and your boy Kolo Muani missed the chance against Messi's Argentina to win the World Cup 13 days before his birthday. And Revelation 13, meaning, if you look at this is your 13. This is why you need to understand the Bible. Revelation 13 depicts an intense spiritual war where Satan the dragon uses two beasts representing tyrannical political power and false religious ideology to persecute Christians. It highlights the 7-year or 3.5-year period of intense conflict, calling for the endurance and faithfulness of believers. Why do you think Celtic just beat Rangers 4-2 in a shootout, exactly 42 months after the Queen died? And then what you saw was a pitch invasion. A pitch invasion. So this is your 13. Like Lionel Messi, Leo the Lion, all right, which brings me to Satan. Because we've got to look out for people like Messi, guys. Because they are following the devil. Chuck thinks Tottenham get relegated. Can't be off the books, can it? If Arsenal win the league, their biggest rivals, Tottenham, get relegated. Tottenham are in the Champions League. They could go to the Championship. Tottenham won the Europa League final against the Red Devils with a winning goal after 42 minutes. Was he playing for Frankfurt, German team? Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Now, who's the current Pope who replaced Pope Francis? Remember, the World Cup final was a day after Pope Francis's 86th birthday, and he's Argentinian. Let me just let that water truck go by. Wow, they're so loud, these water trucks. So Pope Francis, Argentinian. Argentina win the World Cup a day after his 86th birthday to win their first World Cup since 86, the year Maradona did the hand of God, the year I was born on my father's birthday. That was in Mexico. I now live in Mexico. It's quite beautiful, isn't it? How it all plays out. It's quite incredible. And by the way, Maradona played in 21 World Cup games. And he won his World Cup in 86. Can somebody give me a woo? Diego Maradona played in 21 World Cup games. He scored 8 goals in 21, 142nd prime. 14-2 is when Pope Francis went to the hospital. It's also Angel Di Maria's birthday, who scored in the World Cup after 36 minutes, 6-6-6 to 36 try. But Diego Maradona, 21 World Cup games, and he won his only World Cup in 86. 21's the 8th Fibonacci, the 6th triangular number. All right? Give me something in the chat. Let me know that you're feeling this information, guys. My brother Watchman is telling me go to Strong's 42. Just constantly learning about this number every day. Connects to Hitchhiker's Galaxy as well, doesn't it? Strong's Greek 42 underscores the essential God-centered quality of holiness that marks Christ, defines believers, and shapes the church's witness. Oh, wow. Connects to the Holy Spirit. These are your 42s, guys. Holiness. Guys, can we get an amen for that? How beautiful is that? Because a lot of people look at this 42 and they say Jesuit equals 42 in geometry, and so does Freemason. All right? But look at this. It's all about holiness. And obviously Satan, he infiltrates that. The next like is the 42nd like. So it is important, guys, to look at numbers and not to look at them as if certain numbers are more evil than others. So you go, well, 42 must be evil. No, there's 42 generations of Jesus Christ. The first ever World Cup final, Argentina lost 4-2 to Uruguay. I'll show you that as well. 2 South American nations with suns in their flag. It was 4-2. There you go. In the final, hosts and pre-tournament favourites, Uruguay defeated Argentina 4-2. So Uruguay is the first nation to win the World Cup. I'm pretty sure have they qualified for this one? Now, 1930 was the first World Cup. It was also the year that Anton LaVey was born, who founded the Church of Satan. Now, do I believe that this final was coded? Yeah. And I'm pretty certain there was no gambling sites involved for those people who think it's all about gambling. Because I've coded pretty much every World Cup to see how they all connect. I could write a whole book about that. But this final was on 37. It was exactly 36 years before England won the World Cup on that exact date when they beat Germany 4-2. Oh my word. Can I get a woo? That needs a video, doesn't it? Let me confirm this. 1966 World Cup final. Oh my word. Guys, what have I just found here? This is divine. This is what I'm talking about. This is pure divine, guys. Yes, Satan just steals and twists what belongs to God. That's why it's easy to expose him when you have the Holy Spirit. Perfect. Perfect. Wait, guys, have they cut me off? Please, Lord, tell me I've not been cut off. No way. Guys, have I been cut off? What does he mean by cut off? I'm good. Guys, are you enjoying the stream? Just give me a woo if you're enjoying it. I told you I wish I could present to you whilst I'm stood on a stage and I can see your facial reactions. Let's make it a bit more interactive. It's very hard staring at a screen and you don't really know what people are thinking. I'm not insecure. I know the information's great, but just let me know. I've just figured this out right now. The first ever World Cup final, Uruguay beat Argentina 4-2 on the 30th of July, 1930. On the 30th of July, 1966, exactly 36 years later, England beat Germany 4-2. Guys, the beast reigns for 3 years and 6 months, which is 42 months, which is why Messi and Argentina won the 2022 FIFA World Cup 36 years after they last won it, and they won it via a shootout, which they won 4-2. Wow. Chosen Christ said, I have the weirdest synchronization thing happen nearly every day where I look at the clock just randomly and it will be 37 minutes past. It's been happening for a couple of years now. 37 is the 12th prime number. 12 connects heavily to the clock. Obviously, the day is divided into 12s. So 37 is the 12th prime, the 12 disciples, the 12 tribes of Israel. So that's interesting why you see the 37, isn't it? So if it's 37 minutes past, that means there's 23 more minutes left in the hour. And I'm talking about the 23rd edition of this FIFA World Cup. West Ham match could be 4-2. Interesting. Who was the captain for England here? Bobby Moore. He played for West Ham. He wore number 6 and he lifted the trophy in 66. Given the trophy by Queen Elizabeth. Okay? Queen Elizabeth. It's quite incredible. Now, the 37 connects to this. 307, like the date 37, guys, is witching hour. I've told you it's witchcraft. All right? That's why they call Messi a magician. All right? We've just had the FA Cup. It's actually still going on. And what do they say about the FA Cup, Gus or Chuck? Joseph? They say the magic of the FA Cup. Can I get a woo? Talk about the magic of the FA Cup. Messi is always referred to as a magician. Right? So there's magic involved. Magic is real. It's in the Bible. There's magicians. There's sorcerers in the Bible. All right? Satan's turned it into entertainment. Like you watch a magician on America's Got Talent. That's how most people look at magic. No, guys, there's dark arts. There's magic, but the magic comes from the fallen angels. So when you see these magicians like David Blaine, they're in contact with supernatural entities, as was Aleister Crowley, which we'll talk about a little later. So yeah, look, Witching Hour is 307. It's 307. And the first ever World Cup final was on 37. Can I get a woo? You've got to see this. And then the 66 World Cup was 37. The year the Church of Satan was founded, England win the World Cup. And for whatever reason, they were the host nation and they wore red. And Satan is the red dragon. One World Trade Center opened on the 307th day of the year. That's incredible. Miss Jones, love you. Glad you're watching. You're going to enjoy this. Julie says, I have to go, but we'll re-watch. Much love. Thank you so much, Adam. All glory to God. Amen. Have a blessed day. Gus said it's 541 months exactly from Hitchhiker's Guide TV series. 541 is the 100th prime number. West Ham equals 100. Jordan Brian Henderson equals 100. Jordan can get his 42nd goal too. Wow. It's important to know, though, that 541 is the 100 prime number. But 100, all right, is 10 times 10, and it's the 10th star. So perhaps what you're going to see is 1-0. Perhaps you'll see a number 10 score. Okay? I presume Brentford's the favourite. But it could be one of those close games. I'm sure a lot of people are going to have both teams to score. Likely won't happen if that's the case. But I haven't looked into it too much. But yeah, I just know 100 is 10 times 10. And with me doing the stream today, heavily talking about Messi. Maybe that's what happens, 1-0. All right. Now this is where it gets really tasty. Oh, it's already 2-1. Okay. West Ham are winning. Oh, thank you so much, Miss Jones. I love you. I'm going to do that later. It's so crazy. Bowen, thank you very much. I was speaking to my friend Wendy, and she told me sometimes you just got to sit down, Adam, have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and forget about everything. Can I get a woo? And I do need to do that. So Bowen, he has the bow in his name, and the Antichrist is given a bow, right? Which is why this Bowen is so important for West Ham. So obviously it's not going to be 1-0. Revelation 6:2, and I saw and behold a white horse, and him or he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. Didn't Bowen get the goal that won West Ham that European trophy? So yeah, he's got the bow in his name. And what we are going to do when Jesus returns, guys, all knees will bow. All knees will bow. And by the way, this game, I've just seen it's on 3-9 and it's 2-1. War equals 39 and 21. Man, if it's 4-2, bro, that'll be outrageous. Thiago, he's a decent player, isn't he? He's number 9. 20 and 9. Oh, my word. Okay, look. You might think I'm reaching here, and it's absolutely fine. But the goal scorers are number 20 and number 9. Gus, you'll appreciate this. But 20 and number 9. So it's 20 plus 9, yeah? Who scored? Give me a woo. Because look, this is why the coding is like 29 is the 10th prime. The goal scorers are number 20 and number 9. 20 plus 9 is 29, the 10th prime. So it doesn't always work out the way you think. But I'm telling you, these numbers will just find a way of revealing themselves. I don't know if either team have a number 10. Back in the day, every team had a number 10. All right, let's have a look. Is there any 10s? Look, no. Where's the number 10s? So here, West Ham don't have a number 10. They have a 55, the 10th Fibonacci and 10th triangular number. Guys, how do neither team have a number 10? Well, they have a 45, a 47, a 48, a 49, a 50, a 63, 55, but they don't have a number 10 in the squad. Interesting, eh? It's just, it's outrageous, man. I used to love football, guys. Like, I really did love pro sports. I can't now. I can't watch them. They always love to show these images where they show you the jersey numbers as well. I've noticed that. They want to really emphasize the jersey numbers. So 22, 6, 20. What's that get you? 48. That's how many teams are going to be at this World Cup. All right, let's go back to the stream, yeah? Jacob, God bless you with your 777. Much love to you. Oh my word, I just got 48 likes. Is this world real? I promise you, I've just looked. 48 likes, and I'm looking at an image of 22, 6, and 20. And you add up those numbers, it's 48. And I'm doing a stream about the World Cup with 48 teams. The last World Cup, guys, had 32 teams, which is 4 times 8. So I don't know who's winning this game. I didn't look. I'm not even sure if my website coded this. Okay, anyways, this is what I'm doing my stream about. ET was released 6/11. The first FIFA World Cup game, all right, is going to be 6/11, 2026. It's Mexico, South Africa. I think it's going to finish 1-1. I think it's going to finish 1-1. Yeah, they used Henderson in the picture. It's crazy, isn't it? Have you ever been on JT Follows JC YouTube channel? No, but please send the link if you can, Annabelle. Santo can get 9th win, stay on 11 losses for West Ham, and he can go 15 wins, 6 losses all time in the FA Cup. 9-11, the 156 prime. Wow. Yeah, the 6-11 was all over the Super Bowl. Let me know what you saw for that. Gus, 6-11's big with Seattle, who won the Super Bowl. So I'm still trying to figure out, and it's going to be in the Estadio Azteca. All right? There's 104 games going to be played. I was born the 104th day of the year. And we got 48 team tournament. Now, can anybody give any insights right now? I don't have any, I'll be honest. And I will eventually. Why do you think it's Mexico versus South Africa? Anybody? Well, I know Mexico, they're the host nation, but it could have been USA, it could have been Canada. Why is it Mexico versus South Africa? It's got to connect to Nelson Mandela. I don't know. I don't know the history with these nations. I will figure out. This is what I like to solve. Like, why? Why these two nations? Why on 6/11? Why on a Thursday? So yeah, let me know what you see. Anders, God bless you. Nobody touched it, fair spear, good stuff. I'll happily be a guest on anybody's show. Andrews can drop to 13 wins, 18 losses, Revelation 13-18. Oh my goodness. I think I have that here. Oh no. Wow, mate. Sam Darnold went 6-11 versus the AFC East. Son of Sam killed 6, injured 11. Oh my word. And 6 times 11, 66, Gus, and the Patriots dropped to 6-6 all time in Super Bowls, didn't they? Okay. This is what I believe the 6/11 is. Why this date's been chosen. Now I'm going to get into the Bible. If you have a Bible, open it up. Turn to Revelation 6:11. And we'll read it together. Mark says, "Hey Adam, God bless you, Mark. Iran women's team in Australia, 5 of them have stuck off from handlers for asylum here. I'd like to get all their jersey numbers. Yeah, probably add up to 33. I shared an image of the Iran women's national team where they were clearly men as well. Shall I try and find it? I think it was Iran. Let me see if it was Iran. If not, I'll just move on. I definitely did a stream, but I can't remember if it was. Oh, well, this is 5 Iranian women footballers granted asylum by Australia. Do you know Trump said he's going to ban women's sports as well? He's going to ban women's sports because they're not being funded. Ah, here it is. Look. 8 of Iran's women's football team are men. Iran's Football Association accused of being unethical after it is claimed 8 players in women's national team are men awaiting sex change operations. Guys, look at this. We're in the end of days. Much love, Watchman. Look at this. I'm glad that you came in, Mark, with this. That's not a woman. Neither is that. Or that. Or that. So 8 of Iran's women's football players revealed to be men. I'm telling you, it is crazy. I don't like to joke about this stuff. I used to. But this is pure deception. Because as I've said, I coach girls. I coach girls in LA. And the fact that guys are taking their spot, it's not right. The whole world, that's back in 2015. But what Gus was saying is, you've got this now. And I have told you since I learned all of this that all these World Cups, Olympics, they're all politically based. And now I've realized they revolve around the Bible. Just look at their jaws. Now, people tell me, well, no, they have to do these tests and things like that. Guys, same with wrestling. Brock Lesnar can't be on drugs because he would fail the drug test. Guys, they're not doing drug tests. And when they do them, it's just a ritual. Like when Rio Ferdinand missed his drug test, it was just a ritual. I exposed it. Look, save our girls. And then we're finding out that most of these players are men. It's all like mockery from the devil. But anyways, yeah. It's wild, isn't it? You just got to connect it all. So all the 611s, I believe it connects to Revelation 6:11. And white robes were given unto every one of them. Now you've got to start thinking about who wears white. England. Any other nations? Germany. Give me a woo in the chat. The World Cup begins on 6:11. Revelation 6:11 is about white robes. I think Spain's away jersey is white. So there's so much you've got to factor in because the jersey colours are important. Remember, Argentina's colours are the same as Israel. Okay? And white robes were given unto every one of them, and it was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little season until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed as they were should be fulfilled. Now, I believe that, Watchman, thank you so much. The movie, Do You Want a Man? Let's have a look at that. I don't even know what this is. Je Want a Man. Is it this? An NBA player gets booted from his team and ends up playing for the Women's Pro League. Look, they released it on 21/6, 6x6x6. Wow, I'm not going to do this today. I've got lots, 22 chapters in Revelation. Satanic equals 22. So what you've got a man. What happened? He got released by the NBA and now he's playing in the Women's League. It's like, what's that movie? It's not like they've not shown us. I'm still the crazy one to all these people still. She's the man. Look, the vow of silence. They're inverted. That's the man, that's the woman in real life. Amanda Bynes. Look, Amanda starred in She's the Man. Amanda Bynes has lost her mind or his mind or... But anyways, look at the 13-7 that they... Look, 13 is the 7th Fibonacci number. 137. Look, they know what they're doing, or at least who makes these movies. Look at that. I've just seen that now. 137 is the 33rd prime number, Watchmen. Like that World Cup final, 3-3. Argentina have won 3 World Cup finals, lost 3. Look at that. 137, 33rd prime. So whoever's done this movie knows what they're doing here. Can I get a woo? They know. I believe Kate Middleton's a man. I believe William and Harry are females. All the royal family's inverted from the same bloodline. Maradona's daughter called Dalma. I'm lad backwards. Bro, do you know where Maradona was born? I think he was born in like Lanús or something. He was born in Lanús. Where is it? Look, Lanús. Like, it's got anus in it. Can somebody give me a woo? Maradona, it's got anus. And remember, Madonna sang the song, Don't Cry For Me, Argentina. Madonna, Maradona. All right. This guy who was clearly possessed. He's high on drugs, alcoholic, sex addict, abused his body. There's the invert sign that they always put up. All right. But he was still the best player in the world. Do you know what I mean? He's 5'5", and then he coached Messi, who I think's an alien, like a fallen angel. I'm going to get to that. I'm going to blow your mind off. I've been saving it for a while. So the chances of him coaching him is astronomical. Adam, is Brittany Griner a man? What, guys? You're asking me a question where you know my answer, Adam. Yeah, you know my answer. I number 42, correct? Yes, Brittany Griner is clearly a man. Look at the 42. Yes. There's one other where she's playing basketball naked. I don't really like typing that in, but there's one where, look there. Anyone in the right mind who thinks that this is a genetic female? Then Griner got arrested in Russia and all of that. Like, you've got to understand, guys, that the world is fallen. And when you've got discernment like me and many of you, you can see it. Look at the stars, the fallen angels, the 42, the 15, war, 42, 15. The deep voice. Britney speaks like, yeah, just great game today. Like, it's like almost making it so blatant that people, there must be witchcraft to it. They make it so blatant. So, look at that. So blatant, so in your face that people just, it's too much for them. Is CR7 a woman? Let me just tell you one thing, David. I've had 2 videos removed from YouTube. One of them was my Ronaldo expose of him being a genetic female. Guys, what's the name of the other platform similar to YouTube? Guys, I'm going to have to get up. I'm aching a lot. Please hit the like button. Keep supporting the stream. I'm sat on the most uncomfortable metal chair I've ever sat on in my life. So I'm doing this from Kenya's place. Sat on a metal chair, straight out of I don't know. Prison. Ah. But yeah, maybe I'll stand up for a little bit. BitChute. I can't remember the name of. There's people doing it. I did one. And it got removed. It was one of the best videos I've ever done. This man is world-class soccer player. I don't know where mine is. Did any of you guys watch it? Was it Rumble? I think I called it Cristiano Ronaldo. For all my work's hidden. But YouTube removed it. Oh, there. Found it. Can I get a woo? It's here. What the heck? The witness of God and his testimony, Adam. Is this a commercial about my name? Guys, is this a commercial about my name? The witness of God and his testimony, Adam, is revealed, but his true name is Yashadel. What is going on? This is a commercial about my name and the witness of God. Oh my word, guys, I have goosebumps all over my body. And that is not a female body either. What is going on? Let me try share this, and I'm gonna put it on Twitter now, guys. Go head over to my Twitter. It's got a decent amount of views as well. Well, should have more, but see what people say. Be aware, I'm going to get hammered for this because people are obsessed with Ronaldo. If I call out their superheroes, they hammer me. All right? Go ahead over, go watch it. Let's see what people say. Guys, this is a commercial. So I keep playing it. I told you I'm demonetized every video, so I want to see what this commercial's saying. I never go on BitChute. I literally put this up because YouTube banned me for like 2 weeks. Some good videos here, guys. Look, Cristiano Ronaldo, demons and magic go hand in hand. Must watch Beyonce, well and truly exposed. I get more views here, it seems, than YouTube. I've not been here, man. I get way more here. I should just go over here. Jesus said, love your enemies and do good to those that hate you. So this is a commercial. It mentioned Adam, which is my name. All right. Oh, here we go. I can't show too much because they'll probably... Guys, look at that image. I've just landed on this. My Twitter is the illusion. And the reason I have to have all these ones is because they didn't have the illusion. It had been taken. At the illusion, 111. And my BitChute is just the illusion. I was trying to show people that once you put a wig on somebody and makeup, you start seeing that the male and female don't look that different. Somebody give me a woo. It just doesn't. If you really look at it and you look at the jaw and all of that. But we know Ronaldo with his perfume, with his earrings, with his fashion, with his femininity. All right. He's got female energy. Great question. How can Ronaldo be so good if it's a female? Because of this. Once you understand this, I've helped so many people with this. All right. So Baphomet, male, female genitalia. Look, he's got male and female. He's got animal, human traits as well. So when you give yourself over to these entities, they give you power. Can you all give me a woo? They give you power. And I've showed you with the Baphomet, you've got this kid. This kid's staring at Baphomet. And I've shown you this all the time. I don't know how I'm talking about Ronaldo now. I guess it does connect to the World Cup. Ronaldo here is doing this, which is exactly what the kid is doing. Take a moment to look at his Adam's apple, guys. It's so forced. I covered all of this. It's why YouTube took it down, because I did the best exposure you'll ever see in your life of Cristiano Ronaldo that you'll ever watch. The Adam's apple is just extreme. But that here is exactly what this child is doing here. Right? Exactly. Look. Blessed are those with the eyes to see. I can see stuff that most people can. And what do they call Ronaldo? The GOAT. Baphomet's a GOAT. Why a lot of them celebrate with the two fingers up like that. All right. And look at his little feet. In my stream, I talk about Ronaldo. Ronaldo has tiny feet. Ronaldo has like size 7 feet or something, which I covered in here. Look how feminine he is, guys. So demonic possession is the answer. Demonic possession. That is why Ronaldo can do what he does. Why he jumped 8 foot in the air. Why he can score 50-yard free kicks. Why he can still dominate in his 40s. That's why. Okay? Same with this Dybala. Look how feminine Dybala is. Give me a woo, guys. 34 people watching when it should be millions. Dybala, look how feminine Dybala is. So they kissed each other on the lips. These two kissed each other on the lips. They do the black and white with Juventus, which is alchemy, which is Baphomet. All right. That's why probably one of the reasons he went to Juventus. Look, he went from that to that. All your boy band members are inverted as well. So they go, this is what they say, right? How can he look like that? Are you ready for summer? I'm going to go here. I'm going off topics. Please smash the like button. Please support the stream. I appreciate you. You look at that, don't you? And you go, no way can that be a female. That body is just, it's incredible. It doesn't make any sense. And at first glance, it doesn't make sense, does it? Well, let me show you something. I don't want to type this in Google, but I'm going to have to just to show you something. Let me find his name. And I'll blow your mind. And you'll go, wow. I think his name's Laith. Laith. Ah, there you go. You ready? Laith Ashley. Right? This guy is a genetic female. Okay? That's why he sometimes played in the boys' team. Called himself homosexual, although he never called himself a lesbian. He was assigned female at birth. Right? So this guy, who, as George Bush's birthday, and when the guidestones came down, Laith Ashley de la Cruz, he's got the cross in his name, right? This guy was born female and is now what we call a male model. Actually worked for Calvin Klein. Look, this is a female. I don't know how many videos I've done to just expose the Matrix. This right here is a female. So why are you telling me, right, that they can't have bodies like this? I'm proving it to you here. I don't want to show too many of these images, but look. And they all have little short arms. Go watch wrestlers. They have little short arms, but they're very muscular. They're getting pumped with, look, that's Ronaldo. All right, one-eyed symbolism. And this is this trans model here. Is there much difference between this and this? Now, I can't go on too much because I know YouTube, they don't like me calling out their beloved Cristiano Ronaldo, the GOAT. All right, but look, they're always doing that shh. I haven't watched this video in ages. That'll be a dude. So yeah, go watch this. They always like to do that, imply that they're pregnant as well. Put the ball up their shirt, don't they? I stopped doing this because people got too upset. They think it's real, these photos as well. Don't they? They think it's real because they say, no, look, she's in the hospital. It's a scene. Guys, have you never watched Grey's Anatomy? Somebody give me a woo! All right? This doesn't mean that she's given birth because she's holding a baby and he's wearing this silly little green outfit. All right? Have you not watched Grey's Anatomy where they film the show? It looks like they're in a hospital. Look how feminine that is. And look how masculine his wife is. Look at the jaw of Ronaldo's. See it, guys. All you guys see with Ronaldo is this unbelievable footballer. He always tries to look really intense, doesn't he? All right? Same with what they do in like the NFL or whatever. They've always got to look really intense, like, or the NBA. Watch the NBA, right? Go watch. What's his name? This guy. Watch this guy play in the NBA. He's an absolute monster. Right? If you looked at him like that, right, you'd be like, I don't want to mess with that lad. Right? Look at that. You're like, I do not want to mess with this big dude. And then go watch him after. Go watch this guy after when he's giving his interviews. So feminine. But if you saw him like that, you'd be like, there's no, how can that be a female? There's no way. Look at the size of him. Well, it's because you're living in the flesh. They're being, look, Paris Hilton's a man. Give me a woo if you agree. Paris Hilton, all right, who got famous for nothing, for having pretty much no talent, was forced down our throat, and it's a dude. And she turned down Ronaldo, supposedly. Ronaldo was in a nightclub. Paris Hilton turned him down. All these stories that they make up. Right? So why is Ronaldo attracted to a man? Because that's a man. But she turned him down, sure. No, that, by the way, is a man into a woman. That is a man who became a woman. Unbelievable and pretty scary. All can find it all online. That's a man that became a woman. Looks straight out of a Playboy bunny. It's that person there who looks like Ronaldo, to be honest, became this. Do your research. I've spent years. That became that. It freaks me out as well. I'm still getting freaked out by it. This guy became this. If you don't know anything about ladyboys, why don't you go Google Thailand? Look how feminine. All right, same with like Beckham and stuff. And the children are not their own. Posh Spice didn't give birth. And they're always doing that. Shh. Well, I've lifted the lid on you, Ronaldo, and I've exposed Hollywood probably better than anyone walking the earth. And I get no views. Yippee-doo. But anyway, there you go. Man, we're going all over the place in this stream today. What happens in the dark will be shown in the light. Love that, Jacob, exactly. The world is an illusion. It's where I got my name from. Anthony Martian Davis will turn 33 on 3/11. March AD, like AD in the Bible. Yeah, 3/11, 11th of March. 11 times 3 is 33. Yeah, God bless you, Watchman, having a wife and children, and you're both in Christ. You're very blessed. But I still get called crazy. How do they invert people? Is it in the womb? Yes. Watchman, can you just explain that to my sister Annabelle? How they can do it in the womb when they pump drugs into them? Yeah, it's hilarious that people say illusion equals 666. But it is, but they use that to try and call me out, even though my name's The Illusion. But yeah, illusion is 666. What's magic? An illusion. But anyways, I can't believe I'm only hearing my presentation. That's hilarious. Revelation 6:11, going back to when ET was released and the first World Cup game of the upcoming World Cup, concludes the fifth seal by revealing that martyrs in heaven are given white robes, symbolizing purity and victory, and told to rest until the full number of fellow believers is martyred. So we're going to be killed for our faith. It signifies that God has a set time for judgment and that persecution must reach its appointed time. So the Bible says, blessed are those who are persecuted in the name of Christ. I try and prepare my followers for persecution. If we get raptured, awesome. I say this all the time. Great. But I try to prepare you for persecution. And we're seeing an increase in it now, which for me is just a further sign that Jesus is coming soon. Now, I want to go and show you 6/11 is the 162nd day of the year. Okay? 162nd. Revelation 16:2. This is why I love this. God led me to Revelation before the Bible. The day after I found the book of Revelation, my Patreon got removed and I got $3,200 stolen from me, never returned. It's when I found Christ. I realized there was a devil. 6/11, 162nd day of the year. Revelation 16:2. And the first went and poured out his veil upon the earth. And there fell a newsome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. Revelation 16:2 describes the first of the 7 end times bowl judgments, where an angel pours God's wrath onto the earth, causing painful, malignant sores to break out specifically on those who worship the Antichrist, the beast, and bore its mark. This plague mirrors the Egyptian boils in Exodus, acting as targeted divine retribution against idolatry and rebellion. Is this increasing daily, guys? Super Bowl was 162 days from Drake May's birthday. Brilliant. So, yeah, that makes sense as well, Mark. So after the persecution of the saints, yeah, that's the 5th seal. And then it leaves what? The 6th and the 7th. 6, 7. Can I get a woo mark? You got the persecution of the saints, the 5th seal, the 7 seals. Jesus opens the seals. Worthy is the lamb. Messi's initials is lamb. Mary had a little lamb. He's Catholic. He's little. All right. Mary had a little lamb. They worship Mary in the Catholic Church. They say they don't. But idolatry and rebellion is increasing worldwide, especially within the quotation marks church. So I was like, wow, to this with the 16-2, the day of the year when the World Cup begins, when ET was released. And now it's like 203 days left. No way, that's Revelation 23, Adam. Revelation 23, and cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loosed a little season. Wow. So you have people right now who are saying that we are in Satan's little season. They are deceived. Completely and utterly deceived. Right? Because Satan's little season is in Revelation 20. Jesus Christ returns in Revelation 19. Jesus Christ has not returned because all knees will bow and confess that he is king. All right, so we're not in Satan's little season. I believe that we're in Matthew, all right, the beginning of birth pains, getting prepared for the tribulation, right? We're not in Satan's little season. But Revelation 23 describes the binding and imprisonment of Satan in the abyss for a symbolic 1,000 years, which is what? 10 times 10 times 10. Going back to number 10, Messi. To prevent him from deceiving nations. This act highlights God's supreme authority, limiting Satan's influence to allow a period of peace before he is released for a short time to face final judgment. Now, where's Satan going? The lake of fire. It is written. It's written. He's going to spend eternity in the lake of fire, which was originally designed for Satan and the fallen angels and the false prophet. But now all those who deny this free gift of salvation through Christ are going to join him. Right? Did you hear what Trump just said, Watchmen? Trump, see if it comes up. Trump says, I am peace. Like, called himself the president peace, but he literally said, it's on my Instagram, I am peace. Right? And obviously, Jesus is the Prince of Peace. Is it in Isaiah 9:6? He said, I am peace. He's bombing nations and claiming that he's peace. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be on his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. This is Jesus. Watchmen, thank you so much. Remember when Putin gave Trump the soccer ball? Yes. Yes, but Trump's calling himself peace. I am peace. Blessed are the peacemakers. He got the Prince of Peace award, a title that belongs to Jesus, right? Now, check this out. Are you ready for this, guys? Right, I'll show that image in a moment, Watchmen. Thank you so much. If you're enjoying the stream, just ping the like button. All right. Isaiah 9:6 is where Jesus is referred to as God, Prince of Peace, Wonderful Counselor, Everlasting Father. All right, the Son is given. These are all of his names. It's Isaiah 96. Let me just show you this. I've covered this before. 96 months is exactly 8 years. So Trump's first day in office, that 45th president, was 1/20/2017. His first day is the 47th, 1/20/2025. Can I get a woo? See how he wants to be God? Look. Trump's first day in office as the 45th president was exactly 96 months before his first day as the 47th. 96 because of this. and now he's being called the Prince of Peace. This is why I'm saying what I do can bring you closer to God and get more clarity on his word. Whether people can comprehend that, or you just tell me, no, that's not how the Bible works. Well, you don't know. You've never done this. Isn't that the age of the Queen died? And remember, 96 months is 8 years. When God flooded the earth, he saved 8 people, which is all about new beginnings. Messi's got 8 Ballon d'Ors. 8 teams have won the World Cup. So going back to Revelation 23, let's talk about the fact that Satan is going to be released. All right, that's where you're going to see just complete anarchy on the earth. But it's going to be for a short time. It's up for debate, isn't it, with many Christians, whether we will be raptured at this point. The fact is, guys, let's all type it in the chat. God wins. Never forget that. God wins. Annabelle, I've done a stream about Satan's little season, exposing it. If you watch it, you'll change your mind. Drop me an email, Annabelle. I'll try and help you if you're new to my channel. I'll show you how we cannot be in Satan's little season. You'll be blown away because I want to help people like you. Now look at this. 6:11, all these 6:11s. 6:11 p.m. is 1,111 minutes. And I'm like, straight away, I'm like, wait, didn't World War I end on 11/11 at 11 a.m., showing you that the war was coded? But then I thought about Revelation 11:11. So keep an eye on number 11s at this World Cup, and also think about football, guys. Type it in the chat. Football. What is it? It's a game of what? How many players start a football game? And I'm talking about football, not American football where they basically use their hands all the time. It's 11 versus 11. Can I get a woo, Senor Moa? Football is 11 versus 11. And just know ET, is it here? ET is 11 as well. I think there's like legit, like Ronaldo, Messi, they always get called aliens and out of this world and all that. Revelation 11:11. And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from God entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them, which saw them. Revelation 11:11 describes the miraculous resurrection of God's 2 witnesses after being dead for 3.5 days, symbolizing the triumph of God's truth, amen to that, the revival of his work and divine vindication. The breath of life from God causes them to stand, striking terror and awe into their enemies. Woo! Incredible. Incredible. Now, let's go to when Jurassic Park was released. I've got so many tabs. And then I've got to go to that pudding. Guys, look, Jurassic Park was released in theaters across the United States on 6/11. Thank you so much, Watchman. Bad Bunny, Super Bowl, phone polls, phone home, ET, yes. Bad Bunny at the recent Super Bowl, the halftime show, which he headlined, all right, he put himself up against phone polls as if he was being crucified. Whilst he was singing Blackout, all right? But the phone, ET, phone home, all right? Aliens. So Spielberg did Jurassic Park. Many people think these dinosaurs are demons, right? But look, so that means that Jurassic Park, by the way, the most recent Jurassic Park is talking about the DNA of dinosaurs changing. All right. The most recent Jurassic Park, I think it came out. They changed the. Jurassic World Rebirth. Look, their mission is to secure genetic material from dinosaurs whose DNA can provide life-saving benefits. Guys, how many times have me and the Watchmen done streams about DNA, why God flooded the earth because angels had sex with women and completely changed our DNA? So the recent Jurassic Park movie is about dinosaurs' DNA being changed. Right? And they basically have these demonic dinosaurs now. Like, it's crazy. So Jurassic Park, the original, it was released exactly 11 years after E.T., both done by Spielberg. And I've just shown you that Messi won the World Cup on Steven Spielberg's birthday. Let's find out how old he was. Too many tabs. This is where it gets out of control. Spielberg, behind E.T., Jurassic Park, okay? Messi won the World Cup, and he's done it. Oh my word, Spielberg was born the same year as Trump. Messi won the World Cup on Spielberg's 76th birthday. 7 times 6, 42. I have got goosebumps. And this disclosure day, guys, one-eyed symbolism, which they love. All right. Maybe that's what that one-eyed symbolism is, that they're actually aliens, that they're fallen angels. Why they always do it. Maybe that's how they reveal themselves to each other. Disclosure day. What's it about? Let's have a little look. UFO film. So we'll have to see what this is and what's being disclosed. Christi, which means Christ. Disclosure Day, D-Day. Steven Spielberg released E.T. exactly 11 years before he released Jurassic Park, and many scientists regard dinosaurs as beasts of the field. Beasts of the field. I'm sure you probably all watched Jurassic Park as well. The Jurassic World movie before Rebirth also centered on a little girl being born from replicated DNA. Oh my word! Giants, New York Giants. That is the NFL team. NFL is Nephilim. NFL, Nephilim. The Giants, the New York Giants. Spielberg has multiple war movies, correct. Spielberg also did the movie We're Back, a dinosaur story where an alien guy comes and makes dinosaurs to be able to talk and become intelligent. Cheers, Watchmen. What? I've never heard of that. We're Back, a dinosaur. How do you know all of this? We're Back, a... So same year Jurassic Park came out. This? Scientist travels back in time and feeds the dinosaurs with brain gain cereal, which makes them smart and peaceful in the hopes that the children from the present time witness these beasts. There's that beast again. See this West Ham game. Still 2-1. It's exactly 44 years between ET being released in USA and the 2026 FIFA World Cup beginning. 44. Revelation 4:4, and round about the throne were 420 seats. Remember, Hitler was born 420. And upon the seats I saw 24 elders sitting, clothed in white raiment. There's the white again, so keep an eye on white for this World Cup. And they had on their heads crowns of gold. Is a white team going to win the gold? I don't know. Wait, is Portugal's white? Do Portugal have a white kit? Somebody let me know in the chat. I'm pretty sure Portugal have a white kit. Sometimes these teams will win in their away jerseys. Be aware of that. Revelation 4:4 described John's vision of 24 elders seated on thrones around God's throne, wearing white robes and golden crowns. If there is another World Cup after this, it will be the 24th. And I think it's going to be in Saudi Arabia, the Middle East, obsessed with golden crowns. We'll see. I don't know. I don't see us getting to 2030. Agenda 2030. They represent the completed, redeemed people of God. Look, 12 tribes of Israel plus 12 apostles. Your 12s. Somebody said they always see 37 minutes to on the clock. 12 prime. Or the church in heaven, symbolizing victory, righteousness, and a shared reign with Christ. Who's looking forward to a shared reign with Christ? Trump's spiritual advisor is Paul the White Cain. I know Paul the Apostle, White, the white horse, Cain, who murdered Abel. It's just crazy. That's the spiritual advisor of Trump who said that God chose Trump. Now, watch this. This is why I need you all just hit the like button. It's been on 60 for 30 minutes. All right. And I'm going to show you why I think Messi is not human. I don't think Lionel Messi is human. All right. I don't know what Lionel Messi is. I don't know how he came to this world, how he's able to do what he does, how he never gets knocked off the ball, how he can dribble through a whole team by himself. All right. I'm going to show you why I don't think Lionel Andreas Messi is human. Lionel Andreas Messi, who is so often regarded as a magician, also an alien, is the most recent FIFA World Cup player of the tournament. He lifted the trophy as the captain, and his initials are LAM. LAM. LAM is an interdimensional entity that occultist magician Aleister Crowley claimed to have contacted in 1917 through 1918. All right, during the First World War. During the Amalantra working in New York. Obviously, we'll be hosting World Cup games. The entity depicted in a 1919 drawing by Crowley is considered a precursor to modern grey alien depictions and is described as a spiritual entity or mask of Iwas. Grey, we just had the guy from Grey's Anatomy die. All right, so look. Lam. Will Lamin Yamal, who got baptized by Lionel Andreas Messi, was that baptism for him to win the World Cup? You see his arrogance. All right. Is Lamine Yamal going to start? Will he lead Spain to the World Cup? More importantly, Jesus is on his way, guys. And there's the Lamb. Messi's initials. It's pronounced Lamb like Jesus, the Lamb of God. And this is basically how they portray aliens now. Lamb. Crowley was into all that sex magic. So yeah, just... And then you have the... remember the 1984 Summer Olympics? closing ceremony, aliens. Then it had what looked to be a cross in the sky. 1984, like Orwell's dystopian novel. The 1984 Olympic Games in Los Angeles, which means the Angels, were concluded with the arrival of a surprise guest, an alien from outer space. Los Angeles is the Angels, guys. Joe Rogan, who looks identical to Crowley, has the same face scar hole, and both have had daughter with the same name, is obsessed with aliens. Yeah, I think these fallen angels can take on human form and they can become different people on the world stage. A lot of people say that. Thank you, Joseph. The away jersey is white. And the World Cup begins on a date written 11/6. 666 minutes after midnight is 11:06. 11/6. And the Olympics in 1984, that was the year LeBron James was born, when Michael Jordan was drafted. The Olympics in Los Angeles, which Michael Jordan played in, who I believe is another one who's fallen, which is why he keeps three-peating the threes with the 33.3% of the Angels cast out. 1984 minus 1318's 666. Revelation 13:18 reveals 666 to be the number of the beast. The Terminator was released in 1984, takes place in Los Angeles, directed by James Cameron, same initials as Jesus Christ. Revelation 13:18, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. The beast, guys, do you know what Crowley's nickname was? This is just confirmation with the dates, the British and American dates, guys. You can write them differently. So one nation, it's 611. The other one, it's 11/6. So you've got to be able to do both. Adam, remember the TV show Angel about the fallen angel? Yeah, connects to Buffy, Sarah Michelle Gellar. Yeah, angel. Denzel equals Azazel. Yeah, the Elohim, the angels. Okay, and Raphael has the L. Michael has the L. Lionel, like Messi, has the L. Cristiano Ronaldo's parents are called Mary and Joseph. Look what Kid Rock said. This deceiver who admitted that he became famous because of Satan. In one of his hit songs, he owed all his success to Satan. He's claiming to be a Christian. What a deceiver. He won't deceive me. Based on a 2024 interview with Joe Rogan, Kid Rock made comments that connected the concept of Jesus with the idea of aliens, suggesting a spiritual or metaphorical interpretation. Jesus is everywhere. He's in this room. He's in the world. He's in the universe. By the aliens that you want so desperately to be real, or have the concept of them being real. That's Jesus. That's Jesus. No, it's not. All right? People believe this guy is genuine. Do you think he would be going on Joe Rogan as a reborn believer? Why is it keeping it on 60 likes? This platform, I'm going to go in 2 minutes. I think I've covered all that I need to cover. All right? If Joe Rogan was genuine in his faith, his faith is what? Everything, innit? He don't really follow Christ, but he says he's intrigued by Jesus. But Kid Rock claims that he's reborn in Christ and Jelly Roll and all of that. Why are they going on Joe Rogan? Why do they still have monster platforms? Because they're not really genuine. Katy Perry, E.T., you're so hypnotizing. Could you be the devil? Could you be an angel? Well, the devil is an angel. It's Lucifer. Your touch, magnetizing, Feels like I'm floating, leaves my body glowing. Katy Perry might be having sex with fallen angels. They say be afraid. You're not like the others. Futuristic lover. Different DNA. They don't understand you. You're from a whole another world, a different dimension. You open my eyes and I'm ready to go. Lead me into the light. Kiss me, infect me with your loving, fill me with your poison. Take me, wanna be your victim, ready for abduction. Boy, you're an alien, your touch so foreign, it's supernatural, extraterrestrial. You're so supersonic, wanna feel your powers, stun me with your lasers. Your kiss is cosmic. She's kissing, guys, these aliens. Angels want to be on your wavelength. She's literally saying that she wants to be filled with poison. She's telling you, I want to be filled with poison. It's still going to finish 2-1, is it? For the war. So yeah, absolutely crazy. Do you want a man? Wait, isn't there an NBA player called literally Terrence Mann, who I say is a female? Look, bro, Watchman, are you still there? Look, this Terrence Mann, oh my word, bro, where is it? Looks, wait, Terrence Mann, and then you have this movie, Do You Want a Man? And there's not much difference, is there? Oh my word, bro. Cody's live right now if you want to watch him. He has 200 people watching. I have 30. So, but yeah, oh my word, bro. Look at that. He played in Los Angeles, the Angels, didn't he? Oh my goodness. All right, let's leave it there. I think I covered everything there. So yeah, I'll be checking out this World Cup, guys. I'll do my best if it goes on to try and get to the bottom of what it's all about. Is it going to be about aliens? I think so. I do believe it's about civil war as well, though. Yeah, no, Katy Perry's songs are very catchy. That's my website. If you're not there, if you want to check it out, Annabelle, I'm going to find you now. My before I go, I want to find my Satan's Little Season for you, so you can watch it. Hopefully, it helps you. Yeah, I've got it here for you. I'm going to share it in the chat. It's 2 hours though, but I'd recommend watching it because it's a big thing. All right, that's for you. Let me know if you can click on the link. You deserve more views and likes. Again, I've been on 60 likes for nearly 40 minutes. It's because the algorithm just plays me. How much information did you just get then? But I'm not going to get 2-2 there at Brentford goal. 81 minutes, number 9. 9 times 9 is 81. '81st minute, number 9. 9 times 9. So it's 20 and 9. Again, the 10th prime. Keep those two as the goal scorers. In it the 9th day of the month. 9th day of the month, isn't it? Oh, look. The alien label for Lionel Messi is widely used metaphor for his otherworldly football abilities rather than a literal description. He's described as an alien that dedicates himself to playing with humans. That's what they say about him, is an alien playing with humans. Piqué, who played with him at Barcelona, Piqué noted that Messi's play is not human and feels like it comes from somewhere else. Can I get a woo? First half goals added up to 81. The number of the beast equals 81. Wow. Look, PK noted that Messi's play is not human and feels like it comes from somewhere else. That's what I'm telling you. That's why they say he has out of this world talent. Incredible dribbling, vision, ability to leave opponents bewildered. They're like, how did he do that? Because it's not from this world. That's why. Because it's not from this world. And who's the best player in the NBA right now? Wemby. What's his name? 7'5". Nephilim. Giant. This guy's an actual giant. His nickname's the Alien. Guys, please put it all together. You've got an alien, all right, playing in the NBA. He's 7'5". Look at his logo. Alien. Oh my word. Nike's new Wemby logo is out of this world. It's a freaking alien, man. It's all there. Watchmen, thanks for your support in the stream. Annabelle as well. All of you in total. Thank you so much to Coffee Fair Spear, Miss Jones. I'm going to definitely get that coffee later. I'm going to get a latte, caramel latte. My back is tense, but hey, crazy times. Anyone liking my Ronaldo thing? One person. Cristiano Ronaldo, baby. This was amazing from the Watchman, this. I've got to keep this up. Strong's 42. It's about holiness. Sacredness. Just want to close some of these tabs. So is Messi going to get another World Cup goal? Or is he going to get an injury before so he keeps that perfect 13 goals in 26 games? It's a lot to cover. That was a big find. The 1982 FIFA World Cup held in Spain. Spain has pain in its name. Pain is coming. The birth pains. I'm definitely going to keep an eye on Spain. But doesn't that look like a cross, guys? When they said it was a UFO? I'll get you the Cristiano Ronaldo thing, Annabelle. Give me a second. But this UFO that they showed us, guys, please tell me you see the cross. Yeah? In football as well, they crossed the ball. It looks like a cross, guys. They're doing the finger point. It's footballer's celebration, man. Gotta laugh. What is that? Man, whatever this is, it's being pushed on us. Elon Musk, that was cool, of course. Elon, if anyone's a freaking like fallen angel out of anyone, it's Elon Musk or Zuckerberg. What I'll do for you now, I'm going to end this. How can I share this here? I'm going to put that in I'm going to end my stream now. Tiring this work, guys. Can't watch as BitChute's banned in the UK, is it? When did that happen? Get a VPN. Alien said in an interview is an alien. Yeah, they disclose who they are, guys. I had no idea BitChute was banned. Man, that's just part and parcel, innit, of where the world's going. Suppressing the truth. Enjoy these streams whilst you can. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. Take care, all right? God bless you. Thanks for the likes, the shares, and whatever it is you've done for me. Much love. God wins.